you, Mali sir, for
Yes,
your
yes,
guidance.
yes.
Thank you.
Very good morning to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please, you are
Yes, sir,
audible.
you're audible.
Okay, okay. So thank you very much. At the outset, I'm very much thankful to D.Y. Patil College of Engineering, Akudi, Principal Sir, Dr. Vadai Sir, and entire team, and Dipali Madam.
Video.
Shall I? Okay. Is it okay?
Video. You.
Yes. Is it okay?
Are you presenting your screen?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah. I will share my screen also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So desktop. Okay. So fine. So am I audible now?
So you're audible, but we could not see your screen, sir.
Just a minute. Give me 1 minute, please.
Yes, sir.
Your entire screen. Can you see now screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can see now.
Okay. Okay.
So kindly put it in presentation mode.
Yeah, I have put it in. I already put it in
Yeah.
presentation. Okay. Fine.
Yes. Now it's
So
absolutely perfect.
yeah,
Thank you.
am I audible? Am I visible? My screen is visible. Everything is fine.
Yes, sir. Everything is
Okay.
perfect. Now you
Okay.
can
Okay.
proceed, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay. So thank you very much, and nice to see Vadai sir after a long time on online screen, and very much thankful to again D.Y. Patil College of Engineering. In introduction section, Kulkarni sir has missed one point that I am also alumni of D.Y. Patil College of Engineering, Akudi. So it is always pleasure to be part of any function at our own college. As I don't know how many of you are knowing, but I did my ME in computer engineering from D.Y. Patil College of Engineering. So thank you for opportunity. Let's come to the point, as we know that entire world is talking about data science. Entire world, not entire world, rather every industry is running behind data science. So my presentation would be divided into three parts. The first part, we will see why this revolution is taking place. Second part, we will talk about what are the challenges when we talk about data science. And then last point, we'll talk about what are the opportunities, especially for all undergraduate students, those who will be passing out from any engineering institution, irrespective of the branch he or she is studying in, because data science is interdisciplinary topic where it is applicable not only to IT industry, but data science is basically applicable to all sectors of the IT industry. So let's try to understand first why this data science is today. Why not before 5 years? I will ask you a very simple question to every audiences who is attending this webinar. That do we really heard about data science before 5 years, 6 years? No, not at all. So first try to understand why data science today. Why not before 7 years? Nobody knew machine learning and data science before 7 to 8 years. So my objective here of this session is to make it fundamentally very clear what data science is. Because there are many courses available online, but many of the courses are mixing many things together. So let's first figure out why data science today. As you know that the first speaker has rightly pointed out that we are now in the notion of Internet of Things. So again, question comes: why IoT today? Why not before 5 years? Why not before 7 years? So there are few points which should be noted before we proceed. The first point is, as we know that the rate at which internet is available today and the speed at which internet is available today is amazing. Just go back before 5 years or 7 years, we have not witnessed such faster internet and cheaper internet as we are witnessing today. So this is the first point. Internet revolution is one of the major reason for data science today. Then second point is, as we know that this internet is getting cheaper and cheaper day by day, and again, hopefully it will be more cheaper in short due course of time. So due to this connected internet availability, the number of devices which are connected to internet are growing at faster rate, right? So number of devices are increasing, and as the number of devices are increasing, the devices which are connected to internet.
तुमचा volume गेला, madam.
You are not audible.
Not audible. Yeah, inform him, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm trying to connect you. Hello, sir. Hello,
Madam, he has unmuted his
Parikshit sir.
mute.
Hello, Parikshit sir. Can you hear me? Hello. Yes. Hello, Parikshit sir. Can you hear me, Parikshit sir? Hello.
Mario sir, you are unmute. Please um, unmute yourself.
Fine.
Mario sir, please.
Can you hear me?
Un-
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Now
Now
we
Now
it
can
is.
I
hear.
can hear.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So, can you see my screen?
No, sir. Right now it's not visible.
It must be visible. I think it is visible.
Sir, share it
Yes,
again.
now it is visible.
Yes.
Sir, it's
Okay.
visible now.
Okay, that's fine. So, again, coming back to the point, sorry for interruption. I don't know how it was unmuted, how it was muted, but now can you hear me properly? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can hear you now.
Okay. So let's come back to the point. The few points which I would like to mention that the rate at which internet is available today, more number of devices connected to internet, and the third point which I have mentioned that more number of devices surrounding to us are being created with Wi-Fi capabilities. So when we talk about this revolution of IoT is one of the most important reason which is contributing to data science. The reason is every device which is connected to internet is posting some or other data on the cloud. So now, as you know that till 3 years, 4 years, we were concerned about database management system. That is how to store data, how to transform data, how to move data. But today, we are really not concerned about database management system, but now the entire world is worried about data science. So there are lots of confusion amongst in the literature. There are lots of videos available, but honestly speaking, a very clear-cut difference between DBMS and data science we need to understand. The reason is it will still start revolving around DBMS because DBMS is not our objective today. It was objective before 5 years because space was the issue, and the most of the important point due to this internet computing, the data was increased drastically. But in that case, my storage was the main concern, and then how to extract data from this storage, that is writing queries and getting determining required data. But today database management system is not my concern. My concern is data science. And let's try to understand what do you mean by data science. If you'll go back to I will share one very interesting example of the live project which I'm part of. I'm part of one project which is EVOL. EVOL is a project of European Commission, which is consortium of almost 16 universities across Europe. And in Europe, there is a bad culture that their parents are not allowed to stay with their kids after 50. So this is a bad culture, and unfortunately, entire Europe is concerned about how to take care of these old age people who are staying away from their kids. How to provide basically the medical services to old age people. So they started with a very interesting project of EVOL. An objective of this project is to provide emergency medical services to all these old age people by monitoring them remotely through middleware. So I was part of the middleware, and just to share with you that this all European senior citizens are connected to this middleware, and every senior citizen is equipped with body area network. So we know what is body area network. It is basically a network of devices who will continuously monitor your physiological parameters, and these physiological parameters are periodically sent to middleware. So just imagine what amount of data is generated. So friends, 64 petabyte of data is posted on the cloud for in every minute. So just you can think this is 64 petabyte of data is a figure of last month, and now definitely it must have increased today, right? So just imagine that when my cloud is filled with 64 petabyte of data per minute, so just think about the unit of data which is posted on the cloud per day and per month and per year. So it is beyond our imagination. But fortunately today, space is not the issue, and that's the reason there is no problem to accommodate this big amount of data. But now what is problem is to make sense out of this big data. So you can see the challenges. This few slides which I'm going to share are part of the same project, and you can see that what are the challenges, because just still I'm working on that middleware. I'm part of the writing security use cases of that middleware, so that WHO has declared electronic patient record as highly valuable assets. They are not rating your credit card, gold and money, but the most important asset is electronic health record, or we also call it as electronic patient record. So electronic patient records should not be hacked, and I'm concerned with writing security use cases for this data which is posted on the middleware. So concept is very simple. On the left side there are all patients. In middleware there is a business logic, and then on right side all physicians and hospitals are connected to this middleware. So in that case, the problem was every commodity, we call it as commune in Europe. Commune means corporation. So in Indian context, we call it as corporation. So every corporation area is connected to few hospitals, and now objective is to segregate this data and connect it to group of physicians, and then physicians will start analyzing this data. There is a business logic written on the middleware, and the moment at which some parameter goes or below, goes up and down the threshold, then alerts are generated. So this is just an example why I'm sharing with you, because there is a need of data
Excuse me,
science.
sir.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, now it's visible. No, sir. Go ahead, sir. Continue.
Okay. So the challenge here is to not store the data, but challenge here is to make sense, draw meaningful insights. Based on the insights, based on the observations which are generated from this data, then accordingly notifications and alerts are generated. So this is just an example of data science why I'm sharing with you, because like this there are many other use cases where we require data science. So when we talk about data science, the first point, you can see the first line, we talk about all things surrounding to us. So IAM, mobile devices. Then there is another problem, because every application which we are building today is built on the top of existing infrastructure. So when we talk about new application which is deployed on the existing infrastructure, always they will not concern about which data science techniques are you going to use, which data science language, which data science tools, which data science platform are you going to apply. So the care has to be taken to ensure backward and upward compatibility, as well as there should be a compatibility with the legacy infrastructure. So there is a reason, you can, the third bullet point, you can see there is a uniform platform is missing for data science. If you take example of any enterprise, any industry, every industry is working on their own data science tools, their own data science platform. So the scope for all budding engineers is to build a very unified and generic platform for data science, so that it can be applicable to any of the use case. Then when we talk about big data, unfortunately, there are a few points missing in when we talk about big data. Big data is not only bigger in size, but it has also varied type of data, combination of data. So we call it as variety, we call it as volume. Then there is an important factor, we call it as complexity. So the data which is there on the cloud is very complex, and there is a challenge to make sense out of this big data. Another point, which is another V which is missing generally to deal with big data, is velocity. Because most of the research, all will agree with me that most of the research which our students are working on, most of the research is based on data set. But when we talk about data set, it is not big completely, because velocity factor is missing there. So the real-time data matters a lot. And when we talk about big data, I appeal all of you to see that the data which you are dealing with is not a data set, but data which you are dealing with is real-time data. So the scale, the pace, and the environment, these are three important points which makes this data science more challenging. The scale at which data is posted, that is size. The pace, as already I mentioned, the pace, the rate at which data is generated, and please try to see that you're working on this real-time data. And the next very important point is environment. You have to also see that in which environment this data is generated, because every data has got their own characteristics. And these characteristics will vary from use case to use case. If you take simple example, I was just working on IoT dataset last month, and even you take IoT dataset for indoor scenario, it is different. Even you take same IoT dataset for outdoor use case, it is different. So what is important is to study this dataset in detail, see that what features that dataset is representing, and then think of applying data science. I will share some very interesting examples of big data techniques at the end of this presentation. So let's move ahead. So you can see here on this slide, I have 2 points which are written in blue color. So that is what is data science. What data science is, please try to understand. It is basically how we explore and analyze this big data. And also data science concerned with how we process and get meaningful insights from this big data, right? So the first 3 points, how we store, move, and extract, is a part of database management system. So now the next figure which I'm going to share is basically most of the important takeaway from this presentation. And you can see on x-axis the characteristics of the feature, like real-time analytics and all these tools are written. And you can see on the y-axis is divided into 2 parts. The first part of y-axis is talking about collecting, storing, and transforming. So this is what we generally study in our database management system. So in DBMS, we talk about collecting, we talk about storing, and we talk about transforming, right? But now on the upper side of y-axis, you can see it representing data science. So data science is not collection of one task, but it is collection of multiple tasks, and these are the 6 main tasks which are basically there in data science. So first task, and we will go into the details of this multiple task after this. So you can see reasoning, modeling, visualization, recommendation, prediction, and explore. So now as a bigger picture, when we talk about data science also includes machine learning. Data science also includes deep learning. Data science also includes big data analytics techniques, big data tools, as well as it also includes cognitive sciences. Also, it includes cognitive computing. I'm very sure that you heard about IBM Watson. I request all participants, those who are attending this webinar, please, those who want to take up their career in data science and machine learning and all this stuff, please study IBM Watson carefully. It's a very globally accepted machine learning tool, and you will enjoy how this intelligent tool is. It is basically developed by IBM, and still it has proprietary with IBM. But I request to all the participants to please see that how this IBM Watson works. So it works on basically this 6 principles. So again, to go back to the same slide, what is data science? It is basically reasoning from the data, modeling your data. Modeling is very important, as we know that COVID-19. You can see that so far, I myself have read more than 80 papers till date, and every paper is talking about modeling COVID-19. Even I have my 4 to 5 papers published in this COVID pandemic, and most of the papers are based on prediction and modeling. So modeling is one of the very important part of data science, because models are required in order to represent this big data, because data set is not readable, but model is readable. Data set we have to understand, and from this data set we have to build a model. The next is how will you visualize. So you can see there are also technologies available on the graph with respect to every operation which is there in the data science. The first point is reasoning, so we can use Cloudera and other tools for that. Then we have visualization, we can use Tableau. Tableau is one of the interesting tool to visualize, because visualization is very important. When we talk about data science and when we talk about big data, it is basically a complete crowd you have to represent with the help of behavior. So this behavior matters a lot, and definitely it can be done with the help of visualization. Then you can see recommendation, prediction, and explore. So recommendation, for recommending and prediction, we generally use machine learning. That is what machine learning is made for. So, and the last is explore. So you can see here, those who are interested to still work on, COVID-19 data set. It's very interesting data set to see how this patients and infected people and admitted people and discharged people They are varying from not only from Pune, Mumbai, Maharashtra, India, and then you go to globe. You will find very interesting features, and just you can do it with this different tools which are available. Unfortunately, fortunately, there are many tools available. When we talk about data preparation, this will vary from data source to data source, and you have to decide which technique you are applying for data preparation. Once data preparation is done, you can see here the next block. We'll go more into the details on the next slide. So you can see in the next block is analysis, where we perform lots of analysis, and you can see the output of this analysis are all graphs, right? And once this analysis is done, so this is basically data science. This square is representing data science, and we'll elaborate this square on the next slide. Then is once you have analyzed this data, then there we do some reflection, we make comparison, we prepare notes. Then is dissemination. Dissemination is basically writing reports, sharing experiments. So this job is basically for business intelligence developer. Most of the time what is happening, even in undergraduate curriculum, when we do our B projects, we should make our students aware that this is what is data preparation, this is what is data science, this is what is business intelligence development, and then so on. So you can see on the what is data preparation. So I did not spend more time on this, but data preparation is like acquiring data from multiple sources and converting it to the data which can be readily processed by our big data tools or big data techniques. Then we analyze. So analysis is basically what at this phase you can see here data science team studies the data. So the study of data is very important, and it points of distribution using some tools like R, SAS or MATLAB. So figuring the patterns in the data, figuring out what data trend is, figuring out how this data varies, and then based on the data, nature of data, we decide whether we go for clustering, classification, and so on. So let's go to the next slide. This is another important takeaway from my presentation. You can see here data science roles. So data science role consists of three major components. The first is data analysis, then data scientist or data science, and then is business intelligence developer. So this 3-in-1 gives a very interesting profile of data science. So you can see here the first role of the first horizontal block is talking about data analysis or developer or DBA. So it is basically functional blocks in 4 parts. Data collected in various format. Once data is collected in various format, we apply data cleaning. Once data cleaning is done, we go for formatting. That is, we either convert it into SQL, CSV, or databases, and then we convert this data into particular format. Maybe we can go to the next level where we process the data so that for which the tools required format. We call it as tool dependent format for processing your data. Then second horizontal column is talking about exactly what data science does. You can see here, once this data converted statistical tool, there is there is open source tool available, EPI Info. Those who are interested, please download this EPI Info tool. It is a tool made public by WHO, and it is a very interesting tool, and you can do a lot of statistical operations using this tool. Once we are done with this taking data in some statistical tool, then we go for EDA. So EDA is one of the most important operation in data science. It is basically explore and analyzing your data. Once your analysis is done, then you go for building your models. So model building is the next important task, which is useful for representing your data in a nutshell, either with the help of mathematics, or you can also model this data by some appropriate data models which are built in the tools which you are using for data science. And then you convert your output into desired format. Now what is the next is, so this is basically a role of data scientist. And once data science is done, then the last role, which is important role, is business intelligence developer. So this role is generally neglected, but this is also one of the important profile in IT industry, those who are working in data sciences. And then what they do, basically they take this output here, So you can see this is the last block of every horizontal column is an input to the next column, next horizontal row. Okay, so this data, this output is now taken into reporting tool. Then they prepare charts. Then that charts are associated with some meaningful insights so that they can send it to customer. They can convince customer. So in nutshell, you can see here the data science role is divided into 3 parts. First part is data analysis. Then we go for data science, that is data scientist or decision scientist. And then the last is business intelligence developer. I hope this slide is very clear, and my appeal to all the participants, those who are guiding their undergraduate students, postgraduate students, please ask your students to divide their role in this part so that it will be more easy for them to understand what data science is. Because today, fortunately, or rather, yeah, I should say fortunately, due to programming languages like Python, there is a lot of abstraction. Student did not understand how k-means works. Student did not understand how KNN works. There is a 4 lines of program to implement k-means and KNN. But all, I request all of you, machine learning and data science is not basically using these algorithms and applying on the data set, but data science and machine learning is more beyond it, and it is basically understanding existing algorithms and then building your own algorithms on the top of it. So this is basically a role of data scientists or data machine learning developers. So now I hope I am audible. Hello.
Sir, you're audible.
Very much.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
I will take
Sir, one
next 5
request
minutes.
from our side.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir, you have 5 minutes. Sir, one
Okay,
request from our side. Can you unmute your video? We
I
need
will
to
mute.
click the photo. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you please unmute your video along
Video,
with
no?
your presentation? Along
Just
with
a
your
minute.
presentation.
Okay, so I hope you will share photos with me. Then only I will
Yes,
mute.
sir.
Otherwise, I will not mute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, so I should stop sharing the slide.
No, sir.
Then,
You can put it on.
okay, I should turn off the camera. Is it fine?
No, sir. We want to see you along with your presentation.
Okay, so you can see me now, right?
Yes, sir. We can see you
Okay.
now. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you want me to share presentation, right? So I
Yes,
think
sir.
presentation is shared. Okay, can you see now? Yes?
No, not now, sir. It's not
Okay,
visible now.
just a minute.
Only at a time. Is that facility?
Arcel, I think now it's okay? Yes?
No, sir. I could not see you.
I think
We could not see your present. Yes, sir. Now your presentation is seen. Your
and you
presentation
can
is
see me?
seen.
You can see me
No,
now?
sir. No, sir. We cannot see you.
Oh, just a minute now. You know,
You will educate about the setting, no, ma'am.
no, I think I'm missing with something. So you can share video. And no, sir, madam, I cannot do both the things at the same time.
Okay, okay. So you are doing it from same laptop. So I
Yes,
think it
yes,
is not.
yes.
Yes, sir. So it's fine. At the end, we'll click the photo, sir.
Okay, no problem. So, with the permission of organizer, I will take next 5 minutes and then I will conclude. So now, let's talk about, just a minute, let me share my slide. Another presentation. Yeah. So can you see my slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, this one. Big data techniques.
Yes, I could see.
Okay, that's perfect. So I will take next 5 minutes and then I will conclude.
Present. Yes,
yeah?
sir.
Is it fine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fine.
Okay,
You can
that's
proceed.
great.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
You can proceed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So as we talk about big data technologies, there are lots of technologies available. But now I would like to focus more about what are big data techniques which are available in the literature. Generally, this is basically a job of data scientist, where they have to apply one of the technique based on the type of problem you have to solve. So I'm going to explain these 6 techniques with examples so that all audiences who are attending this webinar will have very clear picture about when to use which technique. So first technique is this is basically just the text which is published in my recent book. So first technique is association rule mining. So what is association rule mining? Just take an example. So I have tried to explain it with example. Example is patient with COVID-19 may lead to mortality if they have underlying secondary diseases. So now you have to decide this. So this is my problem. So similarly, you can take problems of similar nature where you have to decide like this, where data set have dependencies amongst their features. So if patient is there, patient is represented with his current state of the diseases, current parameters, as well as previous history. And then this is a very simple example where patient with COVID-19 may lead to mortality if they have secondary disease, existing diseases. So this kind of problems can be predicted by association rule learning, where the simple example to demonstrate, where in data set I have relation between the different fields. In that case, you can go for this one of the technique, which is association rule learning. Now next is classification tree analysis. Again, example, this is under discussion, belongs to which category. So when you have to classify your diseases based on whether COVID is communicable disease or non-communicable disease, or just example I'm giving you. So such kind of operations, when you have to perform on data set, then we go for classification tree analysis. Then third is genetic algorithm. This is also one of the big data techniques, and basically it is used to solve optimization problems in machine learning. So example, which medicine should we recommend to COVID-19 patient and at which stage to optimize the recovery period. So this is just an example I am giving essentially in the context of COVID-19, so that you will have very clear picture that how people are applying data science to this recent pandemic of COVID-19. So this is another example, like which medicine should we recommend and what stage. So such kind of problems, so that optimize recovery period can be optimized. So such examples can be nicely addressed by applying genetic algorithms. Then is machine learning. So example, which hospital from the authorized list would patient prefer next time based on their past experiences? As you know that for every machine learning algorithm, there is a past experience as an input or previous history as an input. So when you have such kind of problem to address, then always we go for machine learning techniques. Then is regression analysis. So this is another example. How does the earning of patient affect the class of hospital he or she prefer? So in this case, suppose you have to find out based on their earning, what shop they will prefer, what class they will prefer. So such kind of mapping can be done by applying regression analysis technique. And the last is social network analysis. So social network analysis example, nowadays this is widely used because you know that most of the or the rather user behavior can be easily understood by his or her behavior on the social network. So example I have posted here, how many degrees of connect does patient have, so that to find the blood donors. So these are few techniques. So to just conclude, we have 6 big data techniques available. And based on, I also tried to explain with the example so that it will be very clear in which case you have to apply which technique. So I think I'm done with my presentation. This is my email ID. If you have any question, please feel free to write me on this email ID. Your query will be answered in maximum 24 hours. My mobile number is also posted on the slide, and I think I'm done with what I wanted to share. Once again, thank you to organizers. Thank you to Kottawar sir, Vadai sir, and entire team, Dipali madam, for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to share what I know. So I think I'm done. I will stop sharing my screen, and I would be happy to answer the questions if any. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Mrinali,
sir.
Thank you. I hope, madam, you will share my recording with me.
Yes, sir. Surely we'll be sharing
And
the
and
audience
few
with you.
photos and few photos.
Yes. Sure,
Okay,
sir. Sure, sir.
I will be
So we
happy to
have-
answer. I will be happy to answer the question.
Yes. So kindly unmute your video so that we can.
It is
Yes, sir. Thank you,
unmuted
sir.
now. Can you see me now?
Yes, sir. Now it is visible. It's
Okay, thank
indeed
you.
pleasure to hear you, sir.
Thank
We
you very
have
much.
a question. We have
Yeah.
a question.
Yeah.
I'll just ask a student to ask the question.
Please.
Yes. So Yuvraj, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Yuvraj, can you hear me? Yes, you can ask the question, Yuvraj. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
I think he's not visible. Go ahead,
Yuvraj,
Yuvraj.
first unmute yourself.
Yuvraj, we cannot hear you. Please unmute your audio.
Please.
Sakshi? Sakshi, unmute your audio.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Ask your question, Sakshi.
Sir, I wanted to ask, as an
Yeah.
engineer, how can we start as career in data science as a student?
Very good question. See, data, as already I started with that point, that data science is interdisciplinary field. So being an engineer, we have a lot of competition because nowadays BCAs and MCAs are also competing with engineering students, right? So definitely when you will go for recruitment or interviews, company expects more from you because you are engineering student or engineering graduate. So if you want to take up your career in data science, please start with statistic course. Complete one computational statistic course completely. You need to understand statistics before you go into the data science. Then go for basic course on machine learning. Then go for advanced course on machine learning, and then go for last course, which is on data science. So if you prepare a bucket of these 4 courses, I am very sure that you will be a very successful data scientist. I hope your question is answered.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other question?
Saurabh? Yes, we have Saurabh. I think here. Yuvraj? Saurabh or Yuvraj, you can ask your question. You can unmute yourself. Yes, Saurabh, you can unmute yourself. There is a noise at your end, Saurabh.
Unmute and make your video on.
Yes. Saurabh? Hello?
Yeah,
Yes, Saurabh, you can ask the question.
please.
I think he got disconnected. Yuvraj, are you there? Yeah. Yeah, Saurabh, go ahead. Ask your question.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Actually, I
morning.
want to ask that only competing in Kaggle and working on the exploratory analysis would be enough to land a job, or maybe we should work more till
Yeah.
till half an hour more
Yeah,
years.
actually, EDA is not enough for becoming a data scientist. You have to go beyond it, because nowadays, exploring and analyzing is one part of data science. The next part is now, inferences, drawing inferences, representing your data output with right tool, convincing your customer. So this all comes together. So if you want to become a successful data scientist, then I would suggest that please go beyond it. Don't stop on that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, we have Bhushan with us. Yes, hello,
Yeah.
sir. So one
Yeah.
more last question.
No problem.
Yes, Bhushan, you can continue asking the question.
Please.
Unmute your audio and video. Bhushan, please unmute your audio and video and ask the question. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
No, sir. I think he got disconnected.
Okay.
Yuvraj, are you there? Yuvraj, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am. I am there. Hello.
Yes, ask your question. Yes, you can unmute your video and audio and ask the question.
So, sir, I have a question that data science is team sport. What are your views on it?
Data
Data science.
sports.
And there is cons in that data scientists are.
No, I cannot hear you properly.
Yes. Yuvraj, you are not clearly audible.
Sir, I
Hello.
have one question that data science is team sport. Hello?
Data science in sports.
Team sport, sir. Team sport.
I cannot hear you. Hello.
Team sport, are you
Hello,
saying?
sir.
Are you saying team sport?
Yeah, means only one person can do data science. Hello.
क्वेश्चन नाही कळत आहे मला. Can you please clear?
Hello,
I
sir.
can-
Yuvraj, can you clearly?
Question असा आहे की
Okay, I think not audible.
Not audible, sir. Not audible.
Yeah.
So he is trying to ask that whether data science is a course done by individual or it should be done under a team.
No, and individual. It cannot be. You can learn in a team, but anyway you have to perform individually. So working on data in a team is very nice experience. It's a fun. Please try it out. But to learn data science, you have to do it individually. Why I am saying to work on data in a team is very interesting, because you can distribute the task and then you can exchange the task so that all skills will be developed. It is always good to work in a team on data. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir. Thank you for.
Thank
We
you,
are
thank you.
pleasure to have you and hear you with the
Anytime.
data science.
Thank you very much.
sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, bye. Take care.
Bye.
Parikshit, thank you. Special thanks to you. चला सांगायचं राहून गेलं.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Over to
Thank you
you,
very much.
Kulkarni, sir.
Thank you very much, Trupti madam. Thank you very much, Trupti madam. Let us go to the next session. Dear friends, the man.
Sir, we
whom-
have one.
Yes, madam.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir, one more